welcome to episode 55 of the Family Based Pod. My name is Jake.
My name is Seymour. You can call me Mr. Butts.
And my name is Annie Rection.
Thank you. All right, Ben liked his own jokes. So much.
No, I saw Dallas's reaction, and watching Dallas laugh made me laugh. I don't laugh at my own jokes. I laugh at other people laughing at my.
Like you, thumbs up in your own text message.
Yeah.
Pretty much. All right. If you're listening, subscribe to the podcast, and also, if you are watching, subscribe, like the video, give it a thumbs up, comment, all that stuff. You know what to do, and make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And that username is Family Based Pod. You see that in the corner of the video or in the description for the podcast. So this is episode 55. Ben is enjoying his own jokes. Right before we were recording, Des was talking about
Go ahead. Tell him.
The opposite tank tops.
Reverse tank tops, yeah. Reverse tops.
And we won't necessarily get into everything that followed that comment. But if you guys are listening and you want some baseball news up front, we'll have some baseball news right now, and then we'll kind of get into talking about some other stuff going on. So after we recorded, the winter meetings ended this past Wednesday, so a week ago today. And after the episode was released, there was more signings and trades than before, during the winter meetings. So the Cubs got Jameson Taillon, Aaron Judge went back to New York. The Mets got Jose Quintana, Brandon Nimmo, and Koda Senga.
Kodak.
Yes. Are you calling that nickname now?
I'm doing it, Kodak. That's it. He's a guy.
It's gonna have a Kodak moment.
Kodak moment.
All right. So, Sander Bogaerts was probably the biggest news. He went to San Diego, and I think the saddest news is that the Cubs lost Wilson Contreras to the Cardinals.
Yeah, nonetheless.
So after all those signings, everything that went on, which team or which player do you think is the winner or maybe loser in the free agency so far?
So I'll go first. You have to kind of assume that anybody that makes big pitching moves is gonna, tip the franchise, and I think that's the Mets. For me, excuse me, sorry. Always picking the Braves to win the East, having the Braves as my favorite again in the East. The Mets just going out there getting, like you said, Quintana. They had Verlander signed already by that point, and then they got Senga. Like, they're just throwing money at it. They're saying, I don't know how big our window is, but we're going to drive a Brinks truck through it, and we are just going to say, whatever it costs to bring a championship, that's what we're going to do. And they're going for it, so good on them. Because you can't say, as Cubs fans, we oftentimes, we get mad when ownership doesn't spend money and they don't bring in free agents, and that's not the Mets' problem. So if they don't win, they don't perform. That's strictly just like on the field shit, because you can't say we didn't try to build or try to put a team together. So I would say
sure. So Ben, did you like the Braves trading for Sean Murphy?
Yeah, he's a great defensive catcher. Who had a better offensive year last year. And he's going to, he was an all-star, I believe. So, it meant losing William Contreras, who they ended up trading to the Brewers. quickly there after they made that sign or after they made the trade to get Sean Murphy. But yeah, I mean he's going to be an improvement. I think Contreras is good, but I don't know how high his ceiling was. I think Murphy's a um, proven talent, and you
Yeah.
can win with him now, and he's young enough and under control that you could win for the next couple of years as well.
Yeah, they have him for 3 years of control. So
Yeah.
3 years of All Star is great. The confusing part for me was that Travis d'Arnaud is also an All Star caliber catcher, and he is primarily a defensive catcher. So I would have thought they would give away d'Arnaud and kept
Contreras.
a young bat. Yeah, I would think that. But either way, I mean, again, you can't say they're not trying to get better.
Also that,
So,
yeah.
yeah. So, Dallas, were you sad to see Wilson Contreras sign with the Cardinals?
Yeah, it's a bummer, dude. I mean, it's an obvious bummer, though. You hate to see the Cubs lose one of their like last trademark players. You know, like he is someone that you think of. Hey, Benny.
No, we're just getting super close to the camera.
When you think of 2016, I'm happy Hayward's gone, and even better, he's in the minor leagues. I wish he went to the Cardinals again, so we could play him several times and hopefully just fuck him up. But unfortunately, fortunately, he's finally. I think he's where he belongs right now. Like he's not performing, and they put him down in the minors. So
yeah.
I think Aaron Judge is getting paid buku dollars, but he also had a stellar season, so it's hard to respect him for that. Like Benny was saying, the Mets, like it's again, it will be the Mets World Series to lose. If they do not perform, it is a losing season. And it doesn't matter if they make it to the NLCS and lose. It's a losing season. If they go to the World Series and lose, it's a losing season. Like they've just fucked up. Like that's on them. But they've made moves. I'm surprised Verlander moved, but I'm happy that Judge stayed because I wish more than anything Pujols stayed in St. Louis because I feel like there are players that you associate with franchises. And it breaks my heart when they leave for money. And like, I'm not bashing them for leaving for dollars because the chances are I would do the same. But I think it's really cool for the sport I'm off the top, I would say it's just cool for the sport that like when you find a player that doesn't bounce around, like you can't say that for like, and as good as LeBron James is a totally different sport, obviously, but like him bouncing around and like going to like powerhouse teams, like that kind of sucks. Like if he would have stuck with Cleveland, I think people would have liked that more. But again, can't bash the guy for doing what they do.
Right.
It's just, I think it's cool when you find somebody that, it's kind of like with our fandom, right? Like no matter how shitty our team is, we still support them. So it's cool to see a player come up and stick with their team that like they made it big with, if that makes sense. And I'm happy to see Judge re-sign. Like it'd be awesome to see him put like the Cubs jersey on, but I think it's really cool that he's staying in New York. I mean, it's also the Yankees. I mean, hard to walk away from them, but really cool. Yeah. I don't know. It's been like as you've been like we've been posting on Instagram and our social media platforms. It's been a busy month already. December's been busy, so I'm excited for these moves. Though Cubs have made a couple of moves. I forgot.
They got Cody Bellinger for 1 year, 17.5, and then Jameson Taillon they got from the Yankees. I think was, let me check real quick, and that was.
Glad I was shit talking Bellinger too.
Yeah, I mean it is fair. And so
hey, that's showbiz, baby. That's showbiz, baby.
Kind of unfortunate. Only
it's 1 year. The nature of having a podcast.
Yeah.
I was hoping that
freezing cold takes.
Hoping they'd get people for more, like for longer contracts. But I mean, 1 year. I mean,
but if you look at Bellinger's last year, Dell, it makes sense why you'd only want to give him a 1 year flyer. Yeah, I mean he wins the MVP 2 years ago.
Yeah.
or 3 years, whatever it was.
3.
It was relatively recently. He wins the MVP, and then the
19.
year after, he was just not good.
Okay, good.
Like, and then he followed that year up by another less than mediocre year. And, so he wasn't
Yeah.
going to command a lot of years, but he was definitely going to, make, like he did, 18 million or 17 and a half, whatever it is.
I'll claim
But it was going to be one of those, you're going to have to prove it
that. Okay.
that you're back to MVP form rather than the last 2 years.
Just assuming. That's cool.
Yes. So I was talking to my dad about this, and tell me if you guys agree. And again, we're Cubs fans, so of course I'm gonna try to make sense of what the Cubs are trying to do. My thought is that the Cubs have a lot of young guys in the minors, and they expect a lot of them to come up this year or next year. And a 1-year deal on Bellinger is like, if he's good, then great. But if he's not, then at least he's good with his glove in center field. So, and then
He's
you can
a
also,
glove, first base too, and
so you can put him at first, and then it gives them options.
He's not old either. So
no, it's not.
If he does, even if he comes back like playing 3/4 of an MVP season, like that's still a pretty great pickup for the Cubs.
Yeah,
and it brings some weight to the outfield. It's not to say that fucking Hayward was much of a presence, but he still wasn't named. So at least like now we've got like some all-star.
This Hayward bashing onto you is crazy.
I will never jump on the Hayward fucking wagon. Like if there's a Hayward wagon, I'm avoiding that like the plague. Never.
Dude won us a World Series, bro.
He's a 60-year-old trapped in a 60-year-old looking body. Like it's just it's time to retire.
He is maybe younger than both of us.
He is younger than both of us.
I think he's 32.
So
he looks
what
old.
The fuck does that make me?
How's it? And
and
he's ugly as shit.
What country is it from? Lithuania?
Lithuania, I think. But,
Lithuania.
Dude, you can't deny that Hayward looks like he's about 70 years old.
Dude, I heard he's a great guy, though.
But not that guy. Yeah, good guy.
He also swings like a 70-year-old.
Yo, he's also made a ton of money, so good on him.
Yes, and this is the last thing I'll say. Maybe you guys want to add in or, again, take away my point. Yeah. I'm happy that the Cubs got rid of Hayward just for the roster spot. I am so upset that Wilson Contreras is gone, and especially to the Cardinals. I think I sent you guys a clip of a reporter on MLB Network. His name is Joel Sherman. He was going out of his way to bash Wilson Contreras and pretty much say that he's garbage, and the Cubs know he's garbage, and that's why they give him up. And when I watched that, I got so angry. I genuinely needed to leave. So
it hits different. It hits different when they talk about your guys,
players.
Yeah.
But also again, I was saying halfway through the year last year, give Contreras a blank check.
Yeah.
Let him be a leader, keystone player for your team. I don't care what some framing sabermetrics tells you. He's a fantastic player. Anyway, so I was the guy who's saying that.
We should have franchised Contreras, right?
Well, no, they did last year.
But keep him. Make him your franchise player. That's what I mean. Like the Yankees never get rid of Aaron Judge. We should have done that with Contreras. Contreras was taking some of the young bucks under his wing. He was a calming presence on the field and in the dugout, and now we've lost that. And to add to it, we're bringing in new players, and that's fine. That's great to see that we're making some types of moves, but also it adds a little bit more of a variability and inconsistency. So Contreras presence. That's all.
Also, the Cubs have no like genuine starting catcher, and now he's going to be playing against you and his brother
Yeah, we do.
in the
What are you talking
Central.
about?
All the Contreras.
What?
We
Who?
have a starting catcher.
Ben Rodriguez.
David Ross.
Any
David Ross. Manager coach. Take up a roster
player
spot.
Michael
coach.
Jordan.
Player coach. All right.
Player coach.
So again,
I would go see Michael
I'm
Jordan play behind the plate. I would go see Michael Jordan play.
I'm sure.
You would go what?
Sure.
If they signed Michael Jordan to a 1-year contract to catch on the Cubs, I would 100% make the drive up and just win.
That makes one of us. I live 15 minutes away from the stadium, and I would not watch that train wreck. That would be horrendous. Why would I? Why would I want to? That's like the Cubs admitting we're gonna lose this game. We're gonna fucking lose this game.
I would love it
by having a guy who's never caught a professional pitching session in his life.
Maybe not.
Be our starting catcher.
I don't think he could catch the ball.
I don't think he could bend down that long,
All right,
dude. He's 6'6". He's gigantic.
Sure.
All right, so you're saying he can't do a squat because he's 6'6", Benny? That's a little.
He can't do an ass to heel squat.
That's a little.
That's low, bro.
Don't
That's
need to with
deep.
knee savers, baby.
They call it the Asian squat in my household.
Wow.
That's why we do it.
Right him up.
You can drop that ass to your heels. Pow.
Like a baby.
So Dave and I were talking about this because coincidentally it was on the Kelsey's podcast, the Kelsey Brothers podcast. They were debating whether an NBA player could play in the NFL, and then if any NFL players could play in the NBA. And what is your opinion on that?
NBA players in NFL, I think they could be wideouts, maybe running backs. Sure, they're fast.
They'd be humongous running backs.
Can you just throw the ball?
No, I'm saying that's why like tight end makes sense. Or you'd be like LeBron would be a perfect tight end. 6'8",
but
he's 280 pounds. He's just fucking rock
he's rare
solid,
though.
massive.
He's a stock, like he's stocky at 6'8".
He'd be the size of you remember Julius Peppers? How big we thought Julius Peppers was in the NFL?
He's a big boy.
That's like LeBron size.
That's a big boy.
You know what I mean? And people like Joel Embiid, who's 7'2", fucking huge.
Dude.
Just sign him and stand him and make him a goal.
But there are shorter players in the NBA. Like they're not all 6'8".
Short.
No, for sure.
These motherfuckers are still all taller than us, dude.
6'3".
Yeah.
Like
Steph Curry's like the short dude, and he's still 3 inches taller than me.
I'm saying 6'3", and you're like, oh, okay.
Dallas, he's not 6'2".
He's 6'3".
Yeah, you're 5'11".
I'm 6 feet tall. How tall are you, Jake?
I'm in a wheelchair.
You're 4'7".
Maybe.
4'7" on wheels.
But that's a fast 4'7".
We were talking about this.
Dude, Jake, I was
like,
you got a motor now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you got a motor scooter finally?
I can't wait to race.
Boom.
I can't drive on Chicago streets with all these damn potholes.
Maybe
no, that'd fuck your whole shit up.
Yeah, you get stuck in a pothole.
No, I would hit the pothole and flip. So
he's like a turtle just on his back, like, oh, this is bullshit.
Fuck you, Dallas.
Yeah, that's wild. Do you think how fast did that thing go? Realistically,
15.
So I know how fast it goes. It can go up to. I've gotten up to 15 miles an hour.
That's fast.
All right,
that's fast. That's faster than a lot of human beings
can run. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Not Usain Bolt. He'll cook your ass still.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
You hear what Tyreek? Do you guys know who Tyreek Hill is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he says. Yeah. He said, and I quote: "Usain Bolt is washed," and that he's faster. And I was like, "Damn, I'd pay to watch."
Do you think Usain Bolt would do well in the NFL?
No.
Not now. He's too old now. If he
back then, you think that's why he wouldn't do well in the NFL?
No. I think if he would need time to learn the position and how to catch and do all.
You mean
stuff.
he would need
just like anybody else?
Need time to run a slant.
He would need time to get used to being hit.
The first hit is usually the one that makes or breaks you, because you decide at that point whether you're gonna fucking do it anymore. The first time you truly get cracked, you're like, is this for me? Do I want to keep doing this?
Is this an
I don't.
idea?
Like, I know my height and my athletic limitations. How long am I willing to pretend that I'm gonna go pro? Like, how long am I willing to pretend by playing Pee Wee or high school that
Right.
you know
That I really enjoy
it's
it.
gonna work out for me?
Or do I just do this to wear the jersey on Fridays?
I played tackle football for 1 year, and I got
you
a
did.
sack. I got a sack that year, and I
Hey.
injured my shoulder tackling him, and I was like, I'm good.
Yep.
I'm good.
Jake's for hanging up.
Do you remember
jersey hanging ceremony after that game? I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
in the Gonzalez household, right in the basement.
Yeah.
My dad,
Yeah.
can you imagine Jim Gonzalez walking in and being like, what the fuck are you?
Had a couple flashlights going. Yeah, definitely. It was a big time deal. Jake, do you remember that year? And Dallas, you might have even been there. I don't know, but it was definitely like our age group, because we were split between the red and the white for
Yeah.
junior varsity,
Yeah.
Turnout.
and we were all at like Millennium or James Hart,
Yeah,
I guess.
James Hart.
Millennium,
Yeah.
we were in the gym, and then there was just like a melee. Like, we just got into a huge like tussle. Like, not it was probably not
Oh,
as serious as I
yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
But all the kids just like got into it.
What?
And then James Hart was like upset, and they were like, "You're not allowed back.
What?
Like, you can't." Yeah, because all the kids from the red and the white got into it, and it's like, we're all ridiculous.
I don't remember that.
We're being so dumb right now.
Yeah.
And we were also like, what, 12 years old?
12 and
years old? I don't know.
Yeah.
Junior high.
We're all tough.
So 11, 12, 13 between the three of
I
us.
think that was the toughest I ever was at 13 years old. And then everything's been downhill.
I think I still
Yeah.
have a picture of you, Dallas,
With
in
all-
your
with
junior
all-
Vikings.
With all that
Uniform.
muscle, not tough.
Oh, those are what we call
Right.
popcorn muscles.
Dude, they're actually it's synthol. It's injected. It's fake.
Yeah, like
So you are
Liver
not
King.
natty. Liver King, that's
Oh.
it. We were talking about it before we went on. Liver
Liver
King
King.
2.0. Dude, okay, so can we I just want to say this about that guy real quick.
Who thought he was natty? Right?
No,
Go
nobody
ahead.
should have.
No
but
one. No one.
At some point, he is just now some asshole who lied to everybody and ate raw meat on camera.
Right. Well,
He is forever. No one's going to take this dude seriously at anything ever again. Because once you break that trust, you're donezo.
right.
And now you just have to look back at your life and say, for 6 months, I was some asshole who ate raw meat on television for nothing.
Well, he did it for money. He got a lot of money out of it.
Yeah,
Sure.
he got
But he's
a
not
lot
getting
of
any
money.
more money, so
Not
he better
No.
save that shit.
Well, what's great, like if he had just came out, I think if he were honest from the beginning, and well, that's the thing. He was selling a lifestyle, so he needed
Yeah, right.
to lie. Like he was selling.
That's what I'm saying. Now you're just an asshole who ate a bunch of
All right.
fucking raw meat.
Yeah, he was yoked. I mean, he is yoked. Good for him, but he was also
Absolutely yoked.
juiced out of his mind. So I mean, good for you. Like I'm not gonna, but you can't just take steroids at home, and you won't like get that body. So like he put in the work, and like cool on you, good for you, but like you didn't do it how you said you did it. Like that's not cool. And I think that's the most upsetting part. Like if he had actually like been the asshole eating fucking raw liver and stuff and got like that, like, all right, that's actually, you know what, like that's weird, but fucking I never would have thought to do that, but okay, like it worked for you, so that's cool. But I would never, seeing him do that and saying that never ever made me be like, you know what, raw liver. Okay, that's
Well, let's
That's
just
the
say what baseball fans have learned is that by the time you hit 40, you should not be gigantic.
you should take steroids. What?
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
What? I mean, I don't know a DC superhero that's 50 years old that's natty.
I am ready
So-
for the conversation. Do we think The Rock is juicing?
Do we think?
I think that's
he
a
is?
conversation.
I think you guys.
I think that's a conversation that's been going
There's-
around
there's
in that
no-
community for a while.
Come on, he is natty.
He's
natty.
Yeah, I think
50
you think
plus,
he's natty because you
bro.
want him to be natty.
What?
Yeah,
You want
Yes.
to believe that he's natural.
I do.
And
Yes.
so you're convincing yourself that he is.
I want to believe it, but I deep down in my heart of hearts, I don't.
Dude, and even if he is, who gives a shit? Unless he's going out there and telling people,
But-
like to your point of Liver
Right.
King, unless he's going out there
But
and telling
that's-
people, you lifting weights and I'm doing it natural is how you're gonna get
But
natural. Unless he's doing that, then
I mean, that is what he's doing. He posts pictures of his cheat days or cheat meals or whatever. I'm like,
just
bro,
call that Tuesday.
stop it. Cheat meals. You
His
could just
pancake
say,
was-
I'm not taking steroids today.
Yikes.
I mean, that's your cheat day.
I also think it's unhealthy to just skip days of steroids, but I don't know enough about it.
Benny, don't be scared.
Fuck laugh was that?
Don't be-
So I sent you guys a picture, Jake, that you should use for this week's graphic. It's of Dallas in his junior Vikings uniform.
I don't want
Let's
that.
see.
I don't want
Is
that.
that
That's
did you
great.
text that?
I did. It's in
Text
the
that?
family bases.
Oh
group
yeah.
chat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Look
good.
at that.
Wow.
It's fucking
That's a good
swimming
one.
in them shoulder pads, bro.
Ooh.
Dude, how about
That's-
those sleeves? Those are some.
Number 77,
Those
the
are-
hardest number 77.
Those are Kurt Warner fucking sleeves, bro. Down to the elbows. Looking good.
Down to the fucking elbow.
Looking good.
I will
Like
I
three-quarter
will
sleeve
notch
there.
my bicep.
Dude, helmets have come a long way since we wore helmets, man. Like
Yeah.
that looks like straight fucking like action figure.
If you ask an NFL player, hey, do you want to wear this helmet? Do you trust this helmet to not give you scrambled egg burns?
Concussion?
Yeah, they would say absolutely not.
Dude, also with my haircut, that's a solid, fantastic Sam's haircut that I got there.
Dude, it's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
buzz cut with bangs.
That's exactly what it is. I was like, "Hey, can you make me look good?" She said, "Say no more. Say no more."
Dude, it's like you saw Gladiator and you were like, I need the Caesar haircut, but this is what you got.
Yikes!
They gave you the Caesar salad.
Dude, that must be the
haircut,
first
Caesar-
game because that
Caesar
jersey's
haircut.
looking clean too.
See, like,
It's before the game started.
but in fairness to the haircut, Dallas, that haircut is like mine, but if you push that hair forward, let's see if I can recreate it. Let's see.
Number 77 in your programs, number 1 in your heart.
Your pro games. Yep, Jake, your hair still looks better than this one does.
It does.
I mean, not really, but
Hey,
kind of.
why don't you guys jump on the Mohawk bandwagon? I'm gonna get you guys up there with me. Come on, Benny.
You're getting a mohawk?
I'm gonna re-get one. You mean? Come on.
Is this your version of the quarter life?
I'm thinking about it midlife now. I don't think I'm living much
Uh,
60.
Bro, midlife means you're dying at 66. That's not great.
I mean, that's
That's about right. I have a lot of stimulants in my life.
Isn't it crazy that like midlife would mean 66, but then if I said quarter life, that means you're gonna live to be like 120?
yeah.
That's
This day and
nuts.
age, modern science, it's not too far fetched. See me living to be
I could do it.
130, 140. You know they just transplanted a pig's heart into a human being?
Yeah, but the guy
Did you know-
didn't survive.
Oh, he died.
Oh,
Did
he
you guys hear
died.
that they grew
heard
a dick on a guy's forearm?
Excellent.
Like he
Yeah,
lost his
yeah.
penis. He lost his penis, and so they were able to grow a penis on his arm, right? And
Yeah.
he tells a story about he was in the supermarket trying to help a lady get something off of the top shelf, and his dick falls out of his sleeve, like a dick arm falls out of the sleeve and almost hits her.
Dick.
You know how wild that would be? How do you explain that story at work the next day?
I
So
like
he was
that.
grabbing the Cheerios off the top shelf, and his dick just smacked me in the face.
So I was getting my frosted Cheerios, and you'll never believe what happened.
You're never gonna believe this. It's amazing.
Jake's just picturing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just ruminating. Oh, anyway.
Living the dream.
We can kind of move on. I was gonna bring up a news story, but I'm genuinely just gonna say one positive news story of this week, and then Ben, you can take it. Is
Yeah.
that one positive news story? No matter what your politics are, and I couldn't care less what your politics are about this.
Benny protein.
Brittany Griner is back in the U.S. Whether you are conservative or Democrat, not interested, whatever you are, it is always good to have someone who's unlawfully, illegally detained, across the world, uh, to have them arrive home. I'm glad for her and her family, and that's the one positive news story I wanted to share since we talked about it in the previous episodes. So
Glad you
that's
bring
it.
that up because there are conservative people who actually would say that that's a problem, and they're fucking assholes.
Yeah, but they also didn't give a crap about that Marine until Brittany Griner went home.
Until it was
okay,
so
shut up.
Thank you.
It's good that any prisoner is home.
Until Fox News was like me. Huge difference of why both of them were detained. She was detained because she had a weed cartridge. He was detained under pretenses of espionage. That's a big fucking difference. Big difference.
A little bit.
So, a little bit. They can all fuck themselves. I'm sorry.
I don't know, man. Sometimes when I smoke weed, I think people are spying on me too.
Sorry.
Maybe they're connected. Maybe it's all connected, man.
It's in the brain, bro.
I think Griner was there to give him weed, maybe.
Oh.
She was trying to smuggle it in. I see what you're on.
Don't start another conspiracy. Come on.
Birds aren't real.
All right.
So I got into a shouting match with Dave, Nora, Viviana.
About what?
And Maya the other day.
Griner?
About conspiracy theories.
Oh, no. Birds aren't real.
They believe...
shut up.
No, they believe all kinds of shit.
Like what? 9/11 was a bad job.
There's like a presidential book of secrets. And that there's some like...
a Nicolas Cage movie.
Dude, I fucking know. And like the Bigfoot's real and the Yeti's real. And Dave believes that each state has this thing called a cryptid or a cryptoid, is what they're called, right? And it's like each state has a specific like monster.
It's called crypto.
Cryptocurrency, right? So each state has one, and like one is the Bigfoot, and the other is like some other ridiculous thing in each state, right? So he believes that those are real, and it all stemmed from the conversation again of ghosts being real and having that conversation. So then again, that's how we got into it. But it was like, at what point do you stop believing certain stuff? Like, oh, I can believe in ghosts, but Bigfoot's just too far. Bigfoot's just too much. Or I can believe up into Bigfoot, but I can't believe into this. And that's like, it was ridiculous. Anyways, I was getting shouted at by 4 fucking people, and, I had no backup. It was bullshit.
All right. Well, if you want to, we can have, a big episode with everyone, and we can talk about it.
Bring them on.
Yeah, Jake, I think you'll have to be monitoring everybody's mic.
Scooting up
so that there's not 7 people just shouting on top of each other.
I will only unmute one person
at a time. Yeah.
But
that's how debate should be.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
You also can't have a debate where you're like free speach and then have somebody cutting off your free speech. Kind of hard kind of hard system, but it would make for better debate and more informed debate if you didn't have 2 assholes shouting over each other.
That's true. Facts. All right, Ben, you have something you want to bring up and talk about 90s slang.
Yeah, we were talking about this a couple weeks ago. I had kind of brought it up, some of the more ridiculous things that we used to say in the 90s. And some wonderful person on grammar.yourdictionary.com. Shout out to Jennifer Betts, who is a bachelor of arts. It's on her title.
J Betts.
So, good for her. But she created a popular, the most popular 90s slang phrases. So we're gonna go through some of them.
Nice.
You tell me what your guys' definition of what they are. Okay, and we'll see how right you are.
All right.
So the first one, all that and a bag of chips.
Means it's awesome.
What do you think?
Yeah, like the best.
Ooh, good. Better than the best. That's right. So the expression was, my new car is all that and a bag of chips. Now, that saying sucks. Because what the fuck does that mean?
That means the best.
What kind of chips were they eating in the 90s? What kind of chips did we have in the 90s that were so good that it was like, this is great, but not as great as if I had a bag of Doritos Cool Range?
Well, what they're
What are we talking
saying,
about?
I do
what
like
they're
this.
saying is that it's amazing, but it's also better with chips.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. What were we talking about?
Better.
I
Okay.
don't know.
I don't know.
Up next, Da Bomb. Da Bomb.
Oh, Da Bomb. Yeah, that means
This is Da Bomb.
awesome. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's yeah. I would just say
Fantastic.
awesome.
It's also, I feel like, one of the first times the whites
Da Bomb.
openly accepted a urban spelling of a word with "duh" as a "da" instead of "the." So we were like, "Oh, that's Da Bomb." Ha ha ha. Eat my
Okay.
shorts. How about that, Bart Simpson?
Oh,
Is that one of the
Bart
things?
Simpson with the "eat my shorts."
Another way to say fuck off.
like,
What a ridiculous thing to say.
Suck it.
Dude, suck it was so much better. I saw a TikTok the other day of this guy. It was like everybody, he was walking through his school. Yeah, just telling everyone to suck it, just
I
constantly.
feel like that's
He's like, oh,
You-
teacher, suck it.
You
Lunch
sent
lady,
it
suck
to me.
I did. It was the
Yeah.
90s, baby. The 90s. You could go around, just boom.
it was the 90s.
Just two
It was
fucking
Xbox.
suck it.
Xbox.
Absolutely. Xbox used to have a shirt that said, your ass is grass and I'm going to smoke it.
Wasn't that? Oh,
Yeah.
I had no idea what that meant.
I thought that was
now.
weird.
Then I do now. It's cool. It's a funny shirt. But okay, how about when people would say home skillet? That's horrible.
Homie.
Should beat them up. Anybody who says that?
It's like a friend.
Yeah, that's terrible. You're my home skillet?
White people.
Pretty rough.
Brutal, yeah. Oh, snap.
Damn.
Oh, snap.
Damn.
I still say oh, snap. I say
That-
snap. Damn.
That's
damn.
like a kid's
Oh,
way
wow.
of saying "oh shit."
Oh, good. Yeah. And when you're a kid, you do kind of have to get creative, especially if you have stricter parents. Like my
Yeah.
dad would have just gave me a strict elbow to the temple if I would have slipped up around him. So we have a couple T's back to back. First one, take a chill pill.
Relax.
Chill the fuck
That's
out.
just Xanax, right? That's just telling people to take Xanax. Like, take a chill pill, relax. Like,
Yeah,
just sit in
take
the corner,
Exactly what it is.
breathe.
Take an antidepressant.
Yeah.
Chill pill.
It was much different in the 90s. It was much more taboo to be on antidepressants.
It was.
Now,
Prozac.
everybody and their mom was on an antidepressant.
Right.
Talk to the hand. That's another one. Also, disrespectful as shit to just shove your hand in someone's face when they are talking to you and just say, talk to this,
Yeah.
my stinky, sweaty palm.
I don't want to hear it.
You animal. And then The Rock turned that, and then he did that. And then he did that. Boom, boom, boom. How about fat? PHAT.
Means cool.
Another good one.
Really cool.
Yeah,
Fat.
like
Ended
dope.
up being pretty hot and tempting.
Fat with the
PHAT.
PHAT.
Yeah, so there we go. And then the last one we have is what's the 411? Do you guys remember having to dial 411 to get information on stuff?
Yeah, like
Back before Google was just in your hand.
No.
I'm literally looking up this thing on Google.
it was the phone book, but over the phone.
So, Dust,
Phone.
did you mention that you used to call like 1-800 call ATT or something, but you would leave your message real quick?
Yeah, when they asked for your name, I would just give the message
Yeah.
I wanted to give.
Yeah, I would call mom
I need
and dad from I would call them from junior high, and I would do that.
Yep.
But call 411, I never did that. I mean, but I'm assuming that's just like Google it.
Yes.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I mean, phone books, like to Dallas's point, a crazy thing that our kids will have no idea.
Yeah, they would.
What you're talking about.
Me too. Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for you guys.
Yeah.
Good for them. Good for
You
them.
fancy kids. Just like kids won't know what it's like to get paid $5 an hour.
Or when you say rewind the video, look what it actually means to
Rewind.
to physically have to like move the video back or roll the windows up or down. You're not rolling shit. You're pushing a button now. Dude, I remember like when we had when our car switched from manual to automatic, like that was an improvement in cars. That was like a selling point.
Yeah.
It's like, you no longer have to work doing this. It must have been way harder to do drive.
But y'all, do you guys still say roll the
You gotta
window
roll
up?
the window down. Roll it up.
And yeah,
hard.
Dallas, I still say roll up the windows.
So do I.
Mm-hmm.
What do you?
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things forever.
Yeah, like what would you say otherwise? Like put the window up.
Put
Push
the
the window
I
up.
guess.
Put the window up.
Finger the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben, did you want to control the tier maker?
Yeah, I can if you want to send it over to me. I don't have it readily available.
Sure.
If you have it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Whatever's easier.
So, for anyone listening or watching, we are going to do a tier maker where we are going to rank the best baseball stadiums in the country. And this is what I think the challenge is going to be, is that whatever is in our top tier, I would challenge us to either try to make it out to that place, and if it's even a realistic thing for us to go out and to these top places. Let me get this.
That could be fun, yeah.
Share it with you guys. So if you're watching or listening, really, but you won't be able to see us, what are you doing, bro?
Just hanging out.
I was gonna say, there's a lot of skin close to that camera.
It's my elbow.
I see that popcorn muscle. I see that.
Popcorn, baby.
Yeah,
Popcorn.
those
He's all
liver
about
king
he's all
muscles.
about the buys and tries, showcase muscles.
Yeah, I believe it. All right, so I'm going to share this with you guys. For anyone watching or listening, you can't see this, but every time we rank one, I will put it up in the video as we do it. So you won't see it live as we're doing it, but you'll see it after we rank it. So we can see this. Is that good for you, Ben?
Yes. How am I gonna? Wow, this is great. This is great. We're gonna have to cut most of this because this is terrible. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. How am I controlling it? Am I?
Oh no, I'm controlling it.
Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah. I thought you meant, do I want to control it? I can't even see what fucking stadiums most of those are though.
All right, so I can share that because I actually printed off these stadiums. Oh, there they are. So I actually made this tier maker, and I have all the stadiums on here, so we can follow it.
Cool.
Is Dallas back?
Yeah.
He is not.
I'm here.
All right. So this first one, I know is not very helpful, but is actually Fenway Park. The top left one is Fenway Park. What do you guys think? Is that a top tier immediately?
Yep.
Ben, what do you think?
Great. Yeah. So
Top tier?
for me personally, Fenway is on the very short list of stadiums that I absolutely want to go to, like a bucket list baseball stadium. So, yeah, I think it's. Are we going S as top tier?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah. So give me. I have to put Fenway in S tier.
Okay.
It's one of the oldest stadiums, if not the oldest stadium. It's historic for all, the amazing things that have happened there, countless things, the amazing players that have played there, and everything about it. I think that would just be such a fun.
Honestly, what's happening
stadium
there?
to go
That's
to.
such a big deal, Ben. Nothing.
Wow.
Why don't you just calm down?
Why don't you chupa my peeper, bro?
Well, I will say this for anyone who doesn't know what stadium we're talking about, this is the Boston Red Sox Stadium, Fenway Park. It's actually one of the smallest stadiums when it comes to capacity, but it has so many unique features and historic like moments that I feel like you just have to make it like top tier. Um, so yeah,
I
I'd
mean,
say
the
that's the easy.
big
Yeah,
monster and the short porch and right. I mean, the dimensions.
yeah,
I love your cow skull.
It,
I used to call it the Bermuda Triangle back in like when we play the OG All Star baseball. You know,
yeah,
you would just hit it into that right center field corner back there in Fenway, and the ball would just roll. You get
yeah,
inside the Parkers like crazy. So I always thought that
yeah.
was a cool feature too. So I mean, Jake, you're exactly right. It's got some of the best and most well known um, signature like aspects of the stadium.
well, it's
Yeah,
an
I think
iconic
you.
ballpark. It's in the middle of a neighborhood. Pardon me. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
It's
no, you're fine.
it's like in a neighborhood. It's how I think baseball should be. It's not like the stadium isn't off in a distant part of the city. It's in the middle of like there are apartments and there's people live all around it. Like baseball is supposed to be played at a park, and it does a great job keeping that historic feel because it's also one of the oldest ballparks in the MLB. So I just think
Yeah.
it's like Benny said, it's definitely on the bucket list. Disappointed in myself, I haven't made it yet. Hopefully soon, but it's I've heard only great things from people that have gone there, and can't wait to make it.
Yeah. So
My
that's top
wife's
tier. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if that's
my wife's cousin
good.
lives in Boston. So if we ever ended up going out there, we could always say hi.
I want to go this
Yeah.
year. Yeah, 2023. I definitely need to make it, man.
Yeah. All right. So this is I think it's the newest park in baseball. This next one. This is the Texas Rangers Park. It's called Globe Life Stadium. If you guys need some stats on it, um, it only holds 40,000 people. It just opened in 2020. Um, and it has that retractable roof, and apparently it is like people hit like crazy amount of home runs there. So, have you guys been able to see Globe Life Park in Arlington?
No, I went to their old stadium. Fuck, that means I need to go to this one. But
Yeah, yeah,
I mean the pictures look dope, but and it looks like it all things. I mean, it looks like it belongs in fucking Texas. Like it looks
yeah,
huge. It looks oversized. Like the roof, like the retractable fucking roof looks a football field tall. It looks huge and awesome, but it doesn't. It's not my cup of tea, but it looks state of the art. So it kind of reminds me of where like what's it, AT&T, where Cowboys play. It just looks huge,
mm,
like
yeah,
Jerry World.
Texas is fuck.
yeah.
So cool, good on them. I did like what was their field before? Was it just Ranger Stadium? I don't know.
Let's go to the ballpark in Arlington.
Ballpark
Yeah.
now. Yeah, I actually
Yeah.
really did. I did enjoy it. If I can speak to that one, it was a cool feel. Like it actually reminded me of some neat aspects of like Comiskey and Wrigley. Like it seemed older. It had some really cool architecture to it, and their food was fantastic. They had a lot of great barbecue actually in the field, which was cool. But
Yeah.
this one, I guess I would give this one just a C. It does nothing for me. It's just new. Good for them.
Ben, what do you think rating wise?
Well, the Texas Rangers are gonna win
Next year.
Say it. Say it.
Yeah, call it now.
at least 80 games next year.
Wow. Bold.
At least
You heard it first.
nice.
At least 80. So I'm
Oh.
taking 80 and a half. I'm taking the over. Like Dallas said, it's brand new. It's big and it's gaudy.
Yes.
We got a really cool look at it during the postseason of 2020
Yeah.
when the World Series was there. That's where Jake's talking about all the home runs that were hit, and Bellinger made a name for himself, clobbering home runs that postseason, and
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. I mean, you got a good site. We're going to get another good look at it. I think the All-Star game next year is there. So not this upcoming season,
Yeah,
or is it this
yeah,
upcoming season?
yeah. This upcoming year.
Perfect. Yeah. So we're going to get another great look at it during the Home Run Derby. Yeah, so I think it has to be in C because it hasn't been around long enough.
Yeah,
But it has the makings of a very cool, popular stadium. It has all the things you want, a retractable roof. It has,
yeah.
plenty of space, it looks like. So it has a potential to be a cool stadium.
Yeah, I'll just put it in C. If you guys need, I know this view is not very great for you, so if you want to Google it while we're doing this, that'd be good too. All right, so the next one is the Cincinnati Reds, and let's actually speed up a little bit on this. The Cincinnati Reds is the oh my gosh, what the heck? I just had it. What the
Like
name of
Citizen
this?
Bank Park?
No, Great
Is it
American.
still Citizen?
Yeah,
Great America.
America.
There you go.
Yeah, Great America. Yeah, amazing. Great American Ballpark. All I know really about this is the Reds are bad, and Ian Happ hits a lot of home runs there. That's
Right.
all I really know about it. Do you guys know anything about Great American Park Ballpark?
I like that it has red stadium seating. Other than that, it's a soulless fucking ballpark. At least it's close to downtown Cincinnati, which is probably soulless. But I'm just zero impressed. Like the grass looks nice on a good day, but that's about it. That's all I can say for this ballpark.
The grass, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
It has zero to do with Six Flags, which Great America,
Heartbreaking.
Great American Ballpark. I thought Six Flags.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to have like a roller coaster in the outfield.
Can
It
you
sounds
imagine
like it's supposed to be cool.
if it had?
Do you know how
That-
cool that would be?
I would go just for the
Immediately
ballpark.
make that stadium an A, but it's a fucking F.
Yeah. All right. I'm glad you said it, Ben.
And Cincinnati chili.
I didn't
sucks.
want to be the guy.
It's just spaghetti. It's just spaghetti with shitty
Wait,
chili
is
on
there
it.
a such
Stop.
thing as Cincinnati chili? That sounds.
Yeah, dude, they just dump
Yeah.
a bunch of fucking noodles. They just dump chili on spaghetti, bro.
Do they
It's not
also?
even good.
Oh, I did that. I got that. I got the anchor out of the wall. Do they also call it a Cincinnati bow tie?
All right. All right.
I haven't heard of that in a long time.
All right.
Add that to the '90s slang.
The next one is one of our favorites. Is the I still call it the cell.
I'm gonna call it
it's
the cell
called
as well.
I still call it Smith.
Guaranteed
You do still
Rayfield,
call it Comiskey, I
Chicago
noticed
White
that
Sox. What do you guys actually think of this stadium?
Dude, this is an S for me. All day, every day.
An S?
It is cheap. This is S. It is cheap. It is fun. You can go to a game for not that much. Like the last Sox game I went to, which is this past season, me, Dave, Drew, and Viv spent $5 to get in because it was like whatever. It was like a Tuesday night. We didn't even go to our seats, which were supposed to be in the upper deck. We just walked around and hung out in the concourse in the outfield.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
You're buying drinks. You're walking around. You don't have to sit anywhere in particular. It gives off like Wrigley bleacher vibes.
All right.
Where you kind of, it's like
All
more
right.
communal and you get to hang out.
All right, Benny.
I'm just saying,
All right, Benny's like
it was fun.
your
It's an S for me
old wife
for all of those
coming
reasons.
out. I do say it's a good stadium, man. I like that they held on to like their exterior because I might be wrong on this, and I'm fine with that. But I do believe that it's where old Comiskey is or used to be, and like they've just renovated it, so they haven't like changed locations. I don't think, but
It was only across the street.
okay, so they may have like moved from old Comiskey, but old Comiskey, like the Comiskey we grew up with in the 90s, like that ugly fucking baby blue seats everywhere, and like 45-degree angle, like upper deck where like fights would break out and people would fall and die and shit. They held on to it, just renovated it. They really turned it into a cool looking ballpark. It's very fan friendly. It's got a lot of fun stuff in the outfield, like Benny was touching on. There's also a little, I think, Comcast Park where kids can play on the 200
Left
level.
center, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like left
So
field.
I will say I would give it an honest A, but I can't give it an S because Fenway's at an S, and
Wow.
I cannot put it on
Okay,
a
fine.
level.
I'm good with A. If we're good with A, I'm good with it.
I'm happy with an A. I think it's cool.
I'm not good with A. This ballpark is just concrete.
But it's changed a lot. The old Comiskey was just concrete, and I will say, like, if we're going to
When was the last time you were there, Jake?
like the Coliseum for the A's, I will give that motherfucker an F minus because that is straight concrete everywhere.
Apparently, just put it there now, Jake. Find LA or find Oakland Stadium and just put it in F already.
It's the
Fuck it.
saddest.
Yeah,
first stadium.
let's find it. Where's it?
But on a side note, we should seriously, the three of us, down whenever you're in town over the summer, try to go to a Sox game.
I'll go to
Because
both.
it is affordable.
It's very
and we
very
can
cheap. Yeah.
and we can do it, and I think it would be a lot of fun.
It is fun. It's unfortunate that they do not get record like attendance levels like the Cubs do, despite the Cubs still sucking ass. Like they will always pull a better crowd than the sell or guaranteed rate, just because
G-spot.
Unfortunately for them, there's nothing to do around the guaranteed rate.
Yeah.
Like there's like a hot dog stand that everybody goes to on 35th. And now at least they have that bar / restaurant that's kind of connected across the street, which is cool. But that's it.
It is pretty cool.
Like nobody wants to go around Bridgeport. Like unfortunately, like, Bridgeport's cool, kind of, but like to live. But like there's not much to do other than a couple towny bars. But like Wrigleyville, you have bars literally all around Wrigley, like
everywhere.
And
me.
Dallas, if you prioritize the way that you did for Boston, that it's in a neighborhood,
yes,
guaranteed rate field,
still an A,
cannot be that. No, I would find that if we're putting Globe Life at C, I mean maybe B, and this is just because we've been there that it's this high. If you haven't been there, this stadium probably does nothing for you. So I would say the highest B.
So if you're coming from out of town, yeah, it would be a B, I would say. But if you're in town and like you don't, like if you're just going for the game, I would still pit it at an A. But if you're from out of town and like you're
it's an A for me, but it's an A for me, dog. That's 2 A's, 1 B.
Yeah, that's a tough one though. I would put it on the border though. I would put it on the border.
All right. So I'm gonna put in A, but it's gonna be a low A. All right. So
a low A.
Again, we're at like an hour already, so let's get some fields on there.
Let's roll.
All right. So the next one is where the Royals play, and this is Kauffman. Granted, I do believe that Kauffman is going to be not their home anymore in the future, so maybe this won't be. I've been to Kauffman. I like Kauffman. I don't believe it's amazing. Objectively, I would give it a C.
Objectively, I still give it a D. It was a rough stadium. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like there's parking lots for miles around it for whatever reason because nobody's going to Royals games, and it's just fucking terrible. Like it does have the babbling brook in the outfield. That's pretty cool. But other than that, man, it was a pretty rough stadium to walk around. It was tough.
The one thing I would add is that they have that gigantic scoreboard, which I do think is kind of cool. But then they also in the outfield. In recent years, added a museum, and especially in KC, they have the Negro League Museum. They also have a Royals in Negro League Museum behind the bleachers. So again, I'm saying,
but
I'll be okay.
There's a whole Negro League Museum like apart in KC, which totally like its own system. But just as a field, man. I see those are good points. Those are good points and definitely a good attraction for sure.
It is right next to where the Chiefs play also. So
yeah, it is.
It's got some
right next to Arrowhead. Or is that here? Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would be okay with low C or high D.
Dude, lowest. All right. I'm D, but if you want to do low C, I'm cool with that, man. Whatever, Benny.
Ben.
So this is how I'm going to do my ratings. I've never been. If I haven't been to a stadium, I am just going to go off of what it was like to play with it in
Survey.
Okay.
play it in All-Star Baseball for N64.
Okay.
I
That was fun.
remember it having the running water in
Yeah,
center
that
field,
was
which
cool.
looked pretty cool for N64 graphics, which now look like paper mache drawn by 3-year-olds. And on a roller coaster, it looks like shit. But it was the best you could do. It can't possibly be higher than a D though. It's nothing. Maybe if they move into a new stadium, Jake, like you said, and they start borrowing some of the money from the Chiefs' success, they can do that.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
All right. So the next stadium is the Marlins Stadium. I feel like they changed their name recently. I'm looking for it. It is Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. What do you guys think? Real quick.
It's an F. Here's my suggestion. What if we just go one person, one stadium? So like Jake, you take the next stadium, Dallas, you take the stadium after that. We can speed it up that way. But for me, this one's an F because it there's nothing. The only cool thing was that stupid sculpture, and they got rid of that.
What about
and
a D?
the fish tank behind home plate, and they got rid of that too. So it can suck my balls.
All right.
Wow. Okay, so if it's a D or F?
D.
Ben?
He said F.
I'm not gonna fight on it. I just don't.
Well,
it does
let's
nothing
go
for
low
me.
D.
Maybe an F. Yeah.
All right, so the next stadium is going to be the Houston Astros Stadium, Minute Maid Park. And is that mine?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so I'm just gonna make it very quick. I think this is an A. I think this is a high A stadium. They got the short porch in the left field. They used to have the hill in center field. I'm glad it's gone.
Do you remember when we would play BGA?
It feels tight. Yeah, but again, they also have that train across it, retractable. We've seen a lot in the World Series. I think it's a high A.
Yeah, I could go with A. It's a cool park.
Completely agree. Yep.
Yeah, it's got a little skyline.
I would even put it as an S because I would want to go see a game there. I would want to watch a game there.
That left field wall's pretty iconic with like the arches out there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I would agree. All right, so the next one is the Washington Nationals Stadium, which I don't know the name to because I do not know.
That's a good reason not to know something.
Yep.
I don't know this because I don't know it. Well, yeah.
Yep.
I'd give the
what's your grade? Have you been there?
No, I've not. I was just giving it a B. It's neat because it's near the waterfront. I walked by it, but I was there during the off season, and it's close to the waterfront. That's all I got. It looks like a pretty generic ballpark, though. Like it looks like something you get in the was it All-Star Baseball like 2004, where you build your own park. Like this is what it would look like. I mean, it's simple. I don't know.
So what do you think, B or C?
I'm going with B. It's just only because of the fact that we have 0 Bs right now. Like honestly, I could go for C. Like it makes no difference.
So like if you were filling out the SATs, if you hadn't answered B in a while, you would just circle B because you're like one of these has to be B.
Gotta be, yeah. We're just missing out.
It's gotta be.
And teachers are just fucking with.
All right, so Ben, you got the San Francisco Giants Stadium, Oracle Park. What do you think?
So, This is on the short porch, or the short porch. This is on the short list of stadiums I absolutely want to go to. So for me personally, it would be an S. But I'm totally fine putting it in A. It's got everything you want in a cool stadium. It's got an awesome sculpture, which is like that big ass glove and the Coke bottle
Yeah, yeah,
the outfield. You have obviously the most famous part, which is McCovey Cove.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds making it famous, just catapulting home runs into the
right,
Pacific Ocean out
right.
there. Alcatraz is probably hanging off somewhere over there. It's all pretty cool. It's all pretty neat. You get the beautiful water in the background, which obviously looks incredible, even in that tiny ass picture that we have there. It looks great,
Yeah.
man. I think it's an S for me.
Do you think it's higher than the Astros?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's
Or
higher than the
what
Astros for me.
do you think it's higher than Fenway?
Negative.
Dude, looking at that picture you chose, it is. Looking at that picture, it
I
is
know,
because it looks
I
really freaking
know,
nice.
Outside.
I know, but just what you
No,
know of
it's.
Fenway.
I would go Fenway first. I would still go Fenway first.
All right. So my next one is going to be, I believe this is Camden Yards in Baltimore.
Damn, dude.
Very
Um,
cool.
This is tough. Yeah.
I do like this stadium a lot. I don't think it's an S. That's my problem. I would go A, and I would put it above the sale guaranteed rate.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Agreed. It's tough because it's a Chicago ballpark, but I think Camden's just got the history to it.
Ben?
Yeah, I mean, so me personally, I would have Camden probably in B. I don't hate it. It was the first of the newer stadiums that they started building in the early '90s, so it's really
Right.
cool. It obviously became immortalized in that famous home run derby where Griffey was just banging him off that warehouse,
Yeah.
in right field. That was obviously super cool, but it's a fine stadium. A is fine. I mean, I don't know how much there is
But
to
my,
do in Baltimore, but I'm all
Yeah,
right.
it was built in 92. It's one of the larger parks in baseball. And also Cal Ripken, when he broke the consecutive games, they had the number on the warehouse out there in right field. That's why I say it's an A. It just, yeah, historic, but also I would like to go see a game there because one, there would be no one there, but also that's the sell, so no one's gonna be there. So
All right, Valley boy.
I'm gonna leave that there. Dallas, you have the Milwaukee Brewers. Ben, you're not involved. Ben, you're not involved. This is the American Family Field. This is in Milwaukee. Dallas, what do you think?
American Family. I like Miller better. B.
Yeah,
It's even shitty insurance.
Solid B.
B.
Yeah. Cool stadium.
Yeah,
It is. I mean, if you have to have it away from like a residential area, at least it's a park area, not just a parking lot.
yeah,
And
yeah.
what I do recall, it had Wisconsin staples. It had like brats, and it had obviously Miller and shit like that.
Right.
Retractable dome
Smashed
is
out
really
fucking
great.
windows.
Yeah, smashed Benny's windows. Cool ballpark. I'd say solid B. Solid B.
What's crazy
All
is
right,
the
so
closer we are, I've never actually been.
I've been there. It's cool. Yeah. Ben, you have next, and the stadium you have is Petco Park in San Diego.
Oh,
That's again not a
I
great
was gonna say,
picture. It's hard. I know. It's not a great picture. I'll find a better one.
no,
So
that's a great picture, dude. I think every picture you chose does a great job of showcasing, at least
most
from what
of
I
the
can tell
field,
on these tiny little pictures. But my point
right?
is, San Diego is a park I've always wanted to go to. It does look super cool. Um,
Yeah,
Having the little warehouse, whatever that is, that building in the corner in left field,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you can kind of hit home
So
runs off of that.
it's an actual hotel.
Oh, even cooler. Throw that in A, but above the cell too.
So would you put that above Baltimore?
For me personally, yeah, because I didn't think Baltimore should be that high anyway.
All right. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna
I'll remind
listen
you
to
every
that
time.
one. I know. All right. So mine is Pittsburgh, the Pirates. I think we can all agree, fantastic stadium. The skyline's tough to do. Just the field, it looks cool.
Got a little bit of water back there too.
Just no one goes to those games, and this team's so bad. It's so hard. It's a great stadium. Great stadium. Yeah. I would give it an A, and I put it above Oracle or an Oracle. Camden Yards. I wouldn't put an S though. That's just me.
Okay, so you're saying A between Padres and Orioles?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right. So next one, Dallas, you have that one. Oh my gosh, that one is the Cleveland Guardians. Oh my gosh, what is
Jake,
the name
baby,
of that
the
one?
Jake. It's the Jake. It will be the Jake.
It's never Progressive
Jake.
Field.
No, you are that stadium. That stadium is you. You are the Jake.
No, I refuse. Dallas, what is it? What do you think? Progressive Field.
Generous.
I would give. All right.
Of fucking
Yeah.
Cleveland, bro.
Cleveland, bro.
This Cleveland, the skyline. Insert Joakim Noah joke.
All right,
Here.
Dallas, what letter do you think? All right, would glove? Yeah, glove.
1,000%.
Ben?
Yeah,
Fair?
that's fine.
All
I'm
right.
fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, Ben. This is
I'll
one
trade
of my
you this
favorites.
one. I'll trade you this one for the next one. Okay. You can do this one. I'll do the next one.
Yeah, you got the Mariners. I got
I'll get Dallas the
Blue
Mariners.
Jays. All right, I this is a very quick story. When I was in Toronto, I went to the Rogers Center before the year even started. I was only able to get in the gift shop, but the whatever, you can get in the shop and then look out into the field from there, but you couldn't get past. There were doors there, and just by looking inside there and seeing all those games on TV, I love this stadium. And it's getting renovated, so I'd rank it high, but I know you guys wouldn't. I'd rank it high like an A. But what do you guys think?
So I haven't been there. So that stinks because I'm not a fan of turf fields.
Yeah, true.
So that's like a big turnoff for me. So that's like the main thing, and we're gonna run into another turf field in a couple goes. So that I would give Toronto like a B,
Okay.
but I haven't been there, and I've always thought the center field part was cool, where there was like you could be out in center field looking down into the stadium. You can rent one of those rooms. I always thought that was pretty neat. So
how about high B?
okay, yeah, we can make it the number 1B right there.
Oh, yeah, I'll put that. I was only able to look in the stadium, and I love all the features, and it's in downtown Toronto. And anyway, just looking at it one time, I was like, dude, I want to get back here.
Was Drake there?
But Drake was not there.
Damn.
That was sad.
Maybe
Yeah,
next
no.
time.
So are we giving this to Dallas right now? The Mariners?
Yeah, Dow, go for it. Your shitty
Dallas,
stadium for your shitty
you
team.
have you have T-Mobile Park in Seattle.
Bye. Okay. So Seattle, let's talk about it. One of the first retractable roofs I can remember
Yeah,
them building.
yeah.
So that was pretty neat at the time. But
Yeah.
modern stadiums have outgrown the initial look of the retractable roof stadium, and this looks old. It just looks older, kind of like Miller looks kind of older. Miller was another one of the ones that. Okay, go ahead. I was just saying Miller was one of the
Sorry, guys.
original
I froze.
retractable roofs as well, and so I just think it looks a little dated. But yeah, go ahead.
Safeco is a little older, but nonetheless, I do think it goes against my my neighborhood feel. But dude, I think C or a B. Honestly, I'm happy with either.
So I would say regular season, this is like a low C.
Yeah.
Like playoffs, well, like a big state game, Seattle is it. It just feels fantastic to be at. I would say B, and I would put it above, or I would put it. Yeah, I'd still put it above the Nationals.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, above the
Do
Nationals.
that.
I'm surprised I put the Nationals so fucking high.
We can evaluate. All right, the next one is
Fluid, baby. Change it.
is the Minnesota Twins target field.
Ooh-wee.
I'm
So
actually
I am all aboard. I am all aboard the Twins rebrand here. Their new
Ugh.
stadiums,
Hey.
their new logo, their new colors. Give me all of it.
Same. I love
Their stadium looks awesome. I love that stadium. It looks really home run friendly. It looks very fan friendly. I
Yeah.
shop at Target a lot, so I'm a big fan
Yeah.
of that place. I feel like I've given them at least Byron Buxton's salary.
Benny,
They
the
should owe
face.
me that.
Benny's got a
But
star.
no, legit. Minnesota's. I've never been to Minnesota. I want to go to Minnesota. They have Juicy Lucy cheeseburgers, which I hear are phenomenal. My fat ass loves a cheeseburger. Give me an A on that stadium.
Wow.
Okay, where in the A?
Definitely above the Cell, and above
Wow.
Camden. I could have it behind Pittsburgh.
Ah,
Yeah,
man.
right.
All right. I'll give it to you for now, but I got it below Kingpin. All right. So my next one.
I thought you said Kingpin.
No, Camden. All right. Next one. My next one is I think the easiest one is the Tampa Bay Rays Stadium. I don't even want to look up the name of this. It's
the
so
Trop, baby.
easy
It's
enough.
Tropicana. It's the juice.
Yeah,
Juice
it's
box.
horrible. It is the second worst ballpark, only because the Coliseum sucks so
Still
much.
exists.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
So that is the worst. Dallas, you got next, and that one is SunTrust Stadium in Atlanta.
I haven't been to the new one.
We
I've
all
heard
have
it's
fond
cool.
memories of Turner Field, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turner's cool. Turner had some more history to it. Obviously, a new ballpark. It's hard to
Where's my
create.
funnel cake?
But big beef with this field is that it's not in the city, and I have a problem with all
We're
of
noticing you have a trend, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I wouldn't mind it being in like a busy area of the city, but it's not in Atlanta at all. It's out
It's in
the city.
it's in Cumberland, Georgia.
Yeah.
Cumberland.
So like I have a problem with that. Much
It's like Cobb County, I think.
I have a problem with the Bears playing in Arlington Heights. I have a problem with the Atlanta Braves playing outside of Atlanta. Like it doesn't.
What about the Jets and Giants?
I don't like that either, dude. Get in your fucking city. If you're going to claim a
They don't
city,
even play in the same state now. They play
No,
in
I know.
the New York Jets and the New York Giants. They
Jersey.
play in New Jersey.
That sucks.
Yeah. And that makes zero sense. Call them the Jersey Jets sounds okay.
Jersey Giants.
Alliteration. That doesn't. So playing fucking
Jersey,
New York.
I'm a Jersey Giant.
Be right.
So Dallas,
Just
what
be
do you
right.
think of Trust Park? What do you think?
I'm gonna have to go with I think it'd be generous to go with B. So if we're gonna do this, let's put them maybe mid C, high C. I got nothing. I got no love for it right now. Haven't been there though. So
If it was Turner Field, I think we'd all put it a little bit higher.
Turner, I'd put it.
It is a pretty newer stadium, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like in playing the show. There's nothing in that stadium that really stands out as like
Not
a
remarkable.
cool feature.
Yeah, true.
So I think that's fine.
All right, so Ben, you got an easy one. You got Wrigley Field.
Oh, F. Next.
Hard F.
I'm tired of pissing and troughs, man. No, it's obviously.
I mean that does suck. Okay.
Yeah. The bleachers are uncomfortable. If we're going to be honest, if we're looking at this,
They're hot as fuck.
fairly, it's incredibly hot.
So hot.
Right, you are on top of people.
No. I mean,
It's
like
also
the temperature of the steel. Like I had to put it.
yes, yeah,
chair,
no,
like,
and I'm saying like your proximity to other people plus temperature of the stadium, plus the sun beating down. You might as well be in a fucking oven.
I love it.
But it's also the funnest time you're gonna have. So it's obviously an S.
Yeah.
It's the S. It is number one S, and all other S's fail in
Dallas,
comparison.
what do you think?
It would be honestly, it's always a toss up for me between Fenway, which I've never been to, and Wrigley. And since I have been to Wrigley, I love Wrigley. It's just that is the baseball experience, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. Kendra's not a huge baseball fan, and babe, you loved Wrigley, yeah? Yeah, she loved Wrigley. You can't hear it.
Yeah. All right, so I will add one thing. Obviously, you guys know that I'm in the wheelchair. Fenway Park is the most inaccessible park in the country. All sports. It's so old. Wrigley is so old, but at least I can get a decent seat.
Cool.
There are plenty of seats I can sit into. Wrigley, just on accessibility, I'll say, is top.
That's
I'll
awesome.
go with that.
That's awesome. At least they're keeping up a little bit. Like they might not be the best, but at least they're trying. You know.
Yeah, they're not the best. They just like any old thing, any old building, it's hard. But they have something, and that's good. Yeah. So I'm next, and that's the LA Angels. I'm gonna go pretty quick. Again, we're at about an hour and 20 or so, so I'm gonna try to go. The Angels are next. The Angels have a lot of cool features, but
Old stadium.
It's not even. It doesn't matter. It's just shit.
Yeah,
I would say in the middle of anywhere.
It's not the worst.
I would say C, and I would put it below Trust and above Progressive.
Yeah, that's fair.
For me, the only reason to go there would be to see Trout or Ohtani.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I could give two shits. The center field rock thing, again, cool when you were playing in All-Star Baseball.
Right.
You could angle that home run blast out that way. But
dude, I'm telling you, like I'm inexperienced with the area, but unless you're going to, I mean, dude, no, it's just nothing. Like, just don't.
Two things. It's down the street from Disneyland.
That's it.
And two, they have the cheapest family tickets in the country for all baseball. So family tickets you can get 4 or 5 for like $60.
You better be going to Disney then, because there ain't shit else to do around that motherfucker. Like you're.
That's true.
Come look at the sand, honey.
I hated getting there. If you're in LA, don't go. Don't go.
All All right, so Das, you got Yankee Stadium. You got
Stadium.
new Yankee Stadium.
It's not maybe not popular opinion, but I'm gonna go. I would just top tier, like give it an A. Like that's the highest I'd go with Yankee Stadium. I mean, I know it's iconic, but it's also like it's not the like I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's an A for me. It's an A.
So where in the A?
I'd put it below PNC as of right now because I've never been there. I haven't felt the energy. I'm sure the energy makes it higher than PNC, but but from just aesthetics, I mean, it does incorporate some old school ballpark shit. But I'm just gonna go. Let's keeping it short under PNC right now. That's all I got.
All right, Ben, you got Busch Stadium in St. Louis. What do you got for Busch Stadium?
So I've actually been to Busch Stadium twice. Only once for a game though. Anyways, I was in the boxes. I was sat in the luxury boxes with Cody and his family. Shout out Coco. It's a cool stadium, man. They have Ballpark Village, which is a whole thing beyond the outfield, which is really the only good thing about St. Louis.
Thanks.
Your arch, your pizza sucks.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Your fans suck.
Yes.
I'm tired of your faces. No, I'm going to say Busch Stadium is legit an A because it's everything you could want in the stadium. It's got the Ballpark Village, which really helps. The food was good. You have Budweiser. It's like the whole thing down there.
So you have an
a lot
A.
of beer options and different stuff like that. I think it's a low A, high B. I'm fine with that. I think I would put it below the South, but that's just.
I'd give it a good A. But if I get to contribute, I don't know.
Ooh.
No, you don't. You don't.
I know it's your rating, so I don't know.
Ben,
me, right?
what do you think?
Oh, I said below the South, so that's right.
All right. Ben, you would have been great for this. I'll just easily say this is that the Arizona Diamondbacks, they play in what is the stadium called?
Chase.
All right, so we're going to Chase. I think it's a great stadium, but when it came out, now I think it's
outdated.
It's outdated, but also it could have improved on some of the stuff over the years. I feel like it's the same stadium. So I would give it a mid B.
Wow, that's so wrong. That's crazy because that's like an S, and that's not even correct. That's nuts.
No way. Dude.
Are you crazy?
Dude,
no, that stadium.
Dude, I remind you?
It's a lot of fun.
Need I remind you what else is in the S's? You got Wrigley, you have Fenway, and what else? You put AT&T up there. You're about to put Chase up on S. I'd give you an A. Tops.
But look how many stadiums we have in A. It seems disproportionate.
Seems like we're not.
But it is an A. It's a really okay. So here are the actual benefits, right? The cheapest family park, or one of the cheapest family parks, and we discussed the tickets and we discussed the food, all that on an earlier episode, and they were number one for the cheapest and concessions and shit. Mm-hmm. Retractable roof, which is obviously a necessity in Arizona in the summer.
It's retractable. Honestly, it's always too hot.
No, it's open a
it's
lot.
Disgusting.
They have the pool in right center field, which no other stadium has a fucking swimming pool bar, which is awesome.
Gross.
And I don't care.
It's not Mexico.
Awesome.
It's not Mexico. Give it back to Mexico.
It might as well. They're right next door. They're right next door, bro.
Yeah, they are right next door.
Okay.
3-hour drive.
Anyways, but yeah, you're right. Go ahead. Please continue.
But if we're getting too heavy stacked on A, I personally would like to drop a couple of those.
Well, look,
we did that.
But we're not going for. This isn't communism. We're not trying to we're not trying to evenly distribute ratings here. All right, like
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Like
That's
if they're A's, they're A's. If they're S's, they're S's. And Benny, if you really want it to be an S, that's on you. But
I'm sorry, comrade. We'll put it in A because apparently, or whatever. Jake, it is your call, so you can put it wherever you want.
Out,
comrade.
Dang, Jake's going for B.
I'll move it up there, but it's not above Rangers. All right.
Yeah, I thought A was fair, but dang, Jake's like, fuck y'all. I was gonna get.
I know. Right? He's getting mad at us.
I don't care.
Dude, I do
Alright,
love
so-
their color scheme, though. I do love their color scheme. I'll give you that.
Yeah, their new one, yeah. All right, Dallas, you got City Field, got the Mets. What do you think of City Field?
B.
It does nothing
Okay.
for you, right? I don't know one distinguishable
Yeah.
feature. They used to have
Yeah.
that apple that would come
They
out.
do.
That would
They
be
have the
Shea.
apple.
Do they still?
Do they still have it? Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Still a B.
But that's not enough to
No.
make it a good stadium. I was fine with it being in. I would put it in C. 'Cause
C?
It's like
I'm fine with C, actually.
Nothing.
C makes sense.
it does nothing for me.
Yeah, because it looks like the rest of them in C. So, go fuck yourself.
All right, Ben, you got the next one, and that is Citizens Bank in Philly. What do you think?
I'm going to put the
Oh,
crack
you
in
know,
your
I
arm
remember.
like a crack in the Liberty Bell.
Put a crack in your ass. It's fine. It's a C. It's a C. It does nothing. There's nothing about it that's cool or memorable or noticeable, distinguishable.
Give it a
in
D
any
then. Do it, Benny.
particular way.
Be honest.
All right, fuck it. It's a D.
Be honest,
I D.
Benny.
There is no way that's a C in American Family where the Brewers play is a B. That is
That's why I think American Family was way too high.
Dude, American
Yeah.
Family should be a B. Put that motherfucker
right.
in a D then. Philly, sorry. You're a great historical city, but your ballpark.
Dallas, you said Miller Park a D? Okay.
I do not.
Snaky ass
Alright.
chick. I love it.
All
Jake
right.
Snake is
Alright.
back.
All right, so it's my pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And that is the Detroit Tigers. They are a hard D.
Dang.
And I said
Yeah.
hard D. All right.
Hey.
So
That's me.
next
And that's
one.
generous. That's
Next
generous,
one.
Jake.
I know. But Dallas, you got next. You got Colorado Rockies.
Oh,
What do you
dude.
think?
Oh, that's hard. I'm gonna have to go with A because it's not quite an S, but it is
Okay.
a fucking cool stadium. If you guys
Where?
know,
Yeah, I've been there.
yeah, it's beautiful backdrop. It's super fan friendly on the inside. Very pretty. Oh man,
Where do you think an A?
dang, that's hard.
We have a lot.
I know.
And we have some heavy hitters.
Yeah, there are some really good ones, man. But that just means that they've been doing a good job. All right, ballparks have been stepping up. I don't know.
It's probably before Minnesota, right?
If I've never been to Minnesota, I want to go to Target really badly, but I would put it above Target.
Yo, you want to go to a Twins game this year?
Yes.
I'm not even joking. We'll drive up, go to a Twins game,
I'm dead serious.
or
Yeah.
fly up even.
Yeah, flying would be
Okay, let's do
better.
it.
It's a 7-hour drive.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm down to fly.
All right, Ben.
It's weird that
Ben,
you know the exact drivage mileage
Yeah.
to Minnesota.
I've looked it up.
Your house,
I've looked it up.
whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it's
All right, Ben.
7 hours of traffic.
If you say anything different, I'm gonna disagree. What do you think of Dodger Stadium?
Oh, it's an F.
Hard-
It couldn't be more of an F.
Dude, that's
F?
That's a hard D right there.
Are you kidding me? Dodger Stadium it's nothing. There's nothing to it.
It's not
There
a good
is
stadium,
dick.
dude. It's not a good stadium.
It is just
dude.
nothing.
It's a
There's
rough
no
stadium.
What?
There's
It's a
no
rough
features.
stadium.
There's no
What is
Nothing. There's
happening?
nothing to it.
Dude,
It is an old stadium
yes, it's
that
awful.
has never been updated.
The only
They
good
just
thing,
keep putting fresh paint on old shit.
dude, you can see a
That's not how it
76
works.
in the outfield. That's the only cool thing about it. Like, it's not a good stadium, dude. It's not.
Get it out of here,
man.
It is.
I'm so sorry to say it, man.
And I'm wearing their fucking hat, and I know that.
The
but
only
it sucks.
The only reason they can afford the roster that they have is because they save money on the stadium.
Because they're playing in a AA ballpark.
Dude, like, it's not a pretty ballpark, but it's iconic as fuck. But as for, dude, honestly, like,
Jake, did you go to it? Have you been to a Dodgers game?
I've been to Dodger Stadium.
Okay.
I would say it's so hard. I want to say that it's a great stadium, dude. It's just not.
Just don't lie. Don't lie to the American people.
I can't. I want to.
You know, when I was living near or outside LA, if you guys know the history of Dodger Stadium, it is horrendous why they are there. And for that alone, I agree with you.
Wow.
Why are they there? Tell us.
You should look up Dodger Stadium. Like
stuff.
They forcibly evacuated and like through horrible means evacuated indigenous Mexican families who were there for generations.
Jake?
Like it's horrible.
Don't give me a sob story to make me give it a better time.
That's a real story,
he's
and
saying,
I'm saying D. I'm saying
he's
D.
using that to hurt the team. Yeah, he's using that as a negative.
Dang,
yes.
giving it a D.
I'm giving it a D, but
wait, we wanted to give it a D, and you were giving a shit for wanting to give it a low grade.
yes,
Boy, I swear.
We talked him into it.
You
We
were
talked him into it.
using you.
because of how iconic it is, I would expect it to be higher. But because of its history, I would say D. What do you think in D though?
That's a fucked up history, but
yeah, you should look it up. It's
I
horrible.
will. I want to read more about it, which also probably speaks volumes to my character because I want to read tragedy. But because of the iconic things that have happened there, and because I feel like it, and not being from Los Angeles, I do feel like it's like kind of I don't want to say a benchmark of the neighborhood, but it is because it's an older stadium, but it's just such a trash stadium, dude. Like, if we're going to dog on the Coliseum for being concrete, like, it's very concrete. And I expected more from Dodger Stadium than I did a good amount of other ones that I've been to. And it just didn't live up to it. Like, the people that were there were cool because I feel like they're very much, I feel like we could relate to the people that went there. But the stadium was trash. So I think D is appropriate. I wouldn't put it in an F because of the iconic shit. But it's a pretty fucking close call.
because it's iconic, I'll put it in the highest for our D stadiums. But I think that's it.
I just know Dan would say some dumb shit.
Dan would say some dumb shit. All right, let's make a CALLATT call to Dan over in mid.
Hello. Here, Jake. I'm gonna cut my screen. Here we go. Oh, Dan called in. Hello. Oh.
Yeah, Dan.
Hello. What?
What's up?
Mr. Rection, are you there?
Huh?
Mr. Rection?
What?
All
do
right,
you guys remember when that was a thing?
That was a thing, dude. Awful.
Yes, I do.
Imagine being a high school
teacher.
What?
All right, so I'm going to stop that share and save that. And I'll make sure to post it in there. But that's going to wrap up the episode because we are going to pre-record some episodes, so we're going to do that now. So we're cool with that? Nick?
Cool.
Dell? I can't. Oh, good. All right. All right. This has been episode 55 of the Family Based Pod. My name is Jake.
My name is.
My name is Ben.
Oh,
All right. Wow, he went serious right there. That was nice. All right, so this is.
I have some
episode-
journalistic integrity.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, so we're gonna pre-record a couple episodes, so we're gonna jump off. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching or listening. Please subscribe, do all that crap. You know. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, I'm Eden. Thanks for watching this episode of my dad's podcast. Check out the links in the description to follow the podcast on TikTok, Instagram, and the other social media. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell to let you know when there's a new episode. Thanks for watching or listening. Bye.